Okay, students, this is SB35. Let's take a look at number 1. A scientist had 3/5 liter of solution. He used 1/6 of the solution for an experiment. How much solution did the scientist use for the experiment? I'm going to plug these numbers into here. I have 5/6 times 1, sorry, 3/5 times 1/6, because of I know means multiply. So now I'm going to show my work. 3/5 times 1/6, which they just did here, is equal to, I can go straight across, right? I know I can also cross cancel these, but I'm just going to go straight across because I got to fill these tiles in. So 3/30, and then I know I can divide both of those by 3, and if I divide 3 by 3, it'll give me 1, and if I divide 10 by 3, it will give me 10. So I should get 1/10 a liter. Let's take a look at number 2. For numbers 2a through 2d, without multiplying, use the symbols from the list on the right to indicate the product will compare with the factor. Okay, so basically we're taking a look at a number, and then once we're looking at this number, it's asking us if that answer is going to be greater than or less than the what is this called? This term. Okay, so if I'm looking at this is something that is greater than 1. Okay, but I'm multiplying it by a fraction. If I multiply something by a fraction, I will get less than this number. Okay, the answer I get will be less than. So this will be greater. Okay, if you're thinking about like an alligator, right? An alligator is going to eat the bigger number. So you go towards the bigger number, eat the bigger number. But my answer, if I'm looking at this fraction and I'm multiplying it by a number that is greater than the fraction, then the answer will be greater than the fraction. Okay, so there's no math required here. You just have to know if it's greater than or less than to this term. Okay, so this number is more than a whole number because it's an improper fraction, and it's multiplied by a whole number. So the answer will be bigger than both of these digits. Okay, now I've got two fractions again. When you multiply a fraction by a fraction, that answer is just smaller. So these will both be bigger than the answer, because when you take a fraction and you multiply it by a fraction, you're going to get a smaller number. It's going to look bigger because the bottom number, the denominator, will have a lot of numbers in it, but it is smaller because it's being cut into smaller pieces. And this is a 1 whole. So if I took 5/8 and I multiplied it by 1 whole, I would get exactly equal to 5/8, right? My answer would be exactly equal to 5/8. So what would be greater? Don't get tricked here. What would be greater is this 1, right? Because my answer is going to be 5/8, because that's a 1. Let's take a look here at number 3 and 4. Okay, it's the same kind of a concept. I'm taking this fraction and I'm multiplying it by another fraction, which means that the answer will be smaller than both of these. So this number is bigger, because putting those together will make an even smaller. Oh wait. And yes, and then this one, this is a number that is greater than 1. So the answer is, so 2/3, that term is smaller than these two put together, because this is a fraction multiplied by a number greater than 1. All right, oops, take a look at our answers for SB35.